Hi there. I have a product review and a share, kind of a how-to. When I did my stained glass windows here, and even in my wallpaper art journal, I was using this paint writer. And there was a question on these, and where I got them and what they were. And so I thought I would hunt out my, and I did save the label, so I'm able to respond to this. The question was, where did I get them? And I thought that I may have gotten them like at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but as I look at this tag, it's at Ben Franklin Craft. So I don't know if you have a Ben Franklin Craft in your area. There was a package of 5 in here. 5 or 6. I have 4 in here and 1 here that I'm using, so I think that there were 5. And they're produced by Doris, Crafter's Toolbox Needle Tip Applicator Bottles. They're empty. Let me pull one out and show it to you. They are empty when you buy them. They come in a package of 5 or 6. These cost me $3.99, so about $4 or $5. And they have a needle nose. See this? And then you trim off the tip according to how you want. This is, you take your scissors and trim it off. Well, this one, when I trimmed it off, I thought I cut it narrow, but it still makes a pretty thick writing line. And then you fill it with your own paint, and you can use it to write with. Now, I use craft paint on this. This is just craft paint. It's been buffed with wax, and I put glycerin on my page, so it shows a little bit shinier. I do not think that sometimes I will varnish my pages with, or glaze my pages, but I don't think I did that with these two. So what I want to do here, that's the review of this. If you can find them, you may be able to find them online. As of yet, I don't do a lot of online shopping. I like to get my art supplies locally when I can. But what thought I would show to you is how you can make your own temporary, if you can't find them, or even if you just want to make a temporary writer, how you might go about doing that. And I made one, and I put some of this seafoam craft paint in there, because this is just some extra paint that I had. So, and I'm going to practice in my book here. This is what I did with seafoam, and then I wanted this paint to dry pretty fast, so I just took and smooshed it out. But I'll get to a blank page here and make one and write in it for you. So let's set this aside. What I'm using is, I have this roll of acetate, and I don't have the label off of this. I got this at Dick Blick. They come in different weights. I think this is a medium weight. I got it originally to make stencils with, and I think I can still make stencils with it, but for stencils I think I need just a little bit heavier. But and I noticed too that when I cut it off of the roll, it tends to want to roll up again. So I'm going to cut off approximately 4 or 5 inches of this. And you don't really need to make a square, but I'm going to for the sake of demonstration. Now have some painter's tape handy, and for the sake of I'm going to put these over here. For the sake of convenience, make sure that you have some pieces of tape out and ready to grab, so you don't have to tear them off while your other 2 hands are busy. Now here comes the tricky part. You want to take your square, And I start at the center, get all the, as much of this acetate, if you're using acetate, tends to attract little particles of whatever's on your desk. So clean it off. You might just take a towel and wipe it off. You could, maybe I will, put a paper towel on the bottom here. So, and I grabbed the naturally curved. See how this kind of rolls up with the, so if you have something like that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to build the point. So you take one corner and you bend it in, and I bend it in till I think I don't have, as narrow as I can. With this acetate it's a little bit hard, but just as narrow as you can. I can even get it more narrow than that. See that? I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I have something dark. That has, oh, let's see here. Here. Bend it very, 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 very narrow inside and roll it up. And you want to roll it. Roll, roll, roll. I'm rolling with my thumb. I'm going to put this book down because I need, this is one of these projects where you need more than two hands. And you just roll it up like this, like that, until you have something that looks like this. Now this has about a 1/4 inch gap. That I want it more narrow than that. So I'm going to unwind it again. And you want a very, very thin, and even if it slants up that way, that's going to be okay. What you're shooting for is a very thin point. Now I probably have it a 1/16 of an inch. I want it even smaller. You might have to work with it a little. Don't fret. At least you're not going out. If you can go out and buy them, want to, have the money, go buy them. If you're like me and you like to experiment with things, just roll a very, very, very thin tip. And just keep rolling it. Now I will say while I'm doing this, this is nothing that I saw off of the, I mean, this is nothing that I created. I saw this on a YouTube video, and I searched for the video this morning and I could not find it. I think it was inside of a video, another video that somebody was making, and you know, they didn't say this, they showed how to do it, but they did not do it separately as a separate tutorial. So okay, now I've got a tiny, in fact, I can hardly see it with my glasses on. I've got a very, very, very fine writing tip, and you probably can't see it either. But it's tiny. And you want to hold it tight, as tight as you can. And that's why I say have your masking tape out and ready to go, because that's what's going to hold it together. Now you can tape this as much as you want. I like to know what color paint I have in here. So I'm just going to tape it around like that. Then pull my finger out, and there's my writing tip. Now I would say maybe, I don't know if I can measure it with my ruler. I will try. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch tip there. So I thought that what I would do is, I'm going to take the black, or this is a dark navy blue. This is just craft paint. And what I thought I would do was try to write with this now. I was able to successfully do this with my green foam. So find me a nice page to write on. And let's fill it with this navy blue. Shake this up good. This is old paint. I don't know what's in here. And you're going to want to fill it enough so that the paint runs down to the, and I hope that you can see what I'm doing here. Enough that the paint runs down to the, maybe if I do it like this, up there. And then I'm just going to hold it. And then to write, now it's got a little bubble here, so we'll get a bubble. But then you just squeeze on it. And you get now I've got a pretty fine line here. So if I wanted a thicker line, I guess I would put more in there. Let's see if I can, you might want to hold this over paper when you do this, because this is, the more you get in there, the more it's going to want to come out on you. Now, is this a good substitute? Well, once you get it made, I can write on it pretty good. See, I'm writing with that paint. Do another color. Let's do another one. Natural curve of this. Let's wipe this off just for the sake of getting rid of any lint. And make the thin, thin, thin point. Okay, so I've made 3 paint writers, 2 that I made for you, a brown and a black, and I still have this green one that I made before I talked to you. Use your paint, because I made this morning, probably about less than an hour ago, and it's pretty dry in there. But heck, you can toss it, or I might try to open it. Let's just open it out of curiosity's sake. Let's see what's inside of here. Maybe I can get some smears, because after all, on the inside it's just acetate, so it shouldn't be completely dry inside. And I'm just removing the... This is a case of needing more than one hand. There we go. See, there's paint on there. I'm going to flip the page and scrap paint. Another stained glass window. This is a seafoam green. There's paint in there, but I wouldn't say that I was able to squeeze enough out to write with. So you will have some waste of paint. But if you're like me and you have a scrap paint journal, here's how to use it up. I think I'll toss that. Of course, now my hands are all painty. And this is smudging a little, but I'll deal with that. I'm going to, I need a taller, I need a tall Let's put that like that. Let's do the blue one that I folded over. So there you go. I'm going to put my bottle over here. There you go. A way to make a craft paint writer, or a product review on buying some. Make them out of clear acetate or buy them, have fun, get messy. This page will all change. And here is the finished stained glass scrap paint page. I chose a numbers theme, and you can see that I also went back and used my paint writer, my Doris tool, which gave me a thicker line, but I also have the thinner lines on there too. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you have, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next page.